Imagine walking into your home after a long day. The world outside was filled with noise, stress, and chaos. But the moment you open the door, you're greeted by a sound that cuts through the tension. A bark, a joyful, loud, and heartwarming sound that makes you feel instantly seen. Your dog, with its expressive eyes, welcomes you with barks that convey more than excitement. It conveys a bond. But what do those barks really mean? How do they communicate with us, especially when words aren't enough? In this video, we'll unravel the mystery behind dog barks. You see, dogs don't just bark for no reason. Every sound, every variation of their bark, carries meaning. It's their way of talking to us, their way of telling us what they need, what they feel, and sometimes even what we don't know we need. Barking is the primary means of communication for dogs, and it's often the first thing they do when they meet a stranger or want attention. But the most common type of bark we encounter is the excited bark, the one we hear when our dogs are happy, eager to greet us, or full of energy. When your dog is jumping and barking wildly when you come home, it's not just excitement. This is their version of a hello, a way to express joy and enthusiasm. But it's not always playful. There are also barks of hunger or need, like the bark they give when they want food or when they need something from you. But did you know that even this simple barking has meaning beyond just "I am hungry" or "I am happy"? Dogs, in fact, adjust their barks according to the context, often tailoring the tone and pitch to the situation. Not all barks are filled with joy. There are barks driven by fear, danger, or warning. When your dog hears a knock on the door, or someone steps into your yard, you'll notice their barks change, often louder, sharper, more persistent. These barks are signaling danger. They may sound different from the usual playful tone. They have a staccato quality, often higher pitched and more insistent. It's their way of telling you something's not right. Animals, especially dogs, are incredibly in tune with their environment. Their ability to detect small shifts in sound, movement, or even scent makes them highly sensitive to things that might go unnoticed by us. Dogs have an extraordinary ability to hear frequencies far beyond what humans can detect, which is why they can react to things before we even notice them. Their alarm bark is more than a sound. It's a protective signal, a warning to keep you safe. But beyond alarms and excitement, there is something far deeper: the empathy bark. It's the subtle sound that dogs make when they sense you're sad, anxious, or in pain. Dogs have an innate ability to sense human emotions and offer comfort when words can't. And their barks in these moments are often soft, gentle, and rhythmic. Take the example of Rex, a dog who became a beacon of comfort for his owner, Sarah, who suffered from severe anxiety. Whenever Sarah felt overwhelmed or had an anxiety attack, Rex would sit close by and offer soft, steady barks. They weren't loud or frantic, they were gentle, as if telling Sarah, "I'm here for you." Research has shown that dogs are capable of emotional contagion, the ability to feel what their owners are feeling. When Sarah was anxious, Rex could sense the change in her body language, breathing patterns, and chemical signals in her sweat. This made him respond with soothing barks and calming gestures. Dogs do not just react, they actively respond to our emotions, offering companionship in the form of comforting sounds. Beyond comfort, dogs have the power to heal. This is especially true for therapy dogs, whose bark is a symbol of their work to connect emotionally with those in need. One such dog, Sarah, a golden retriever, became an emotional lifeline for Jacob, a young boy with autism who had difficulty communicating. Sarah's soft, rhythmic barking whenever Jacob felt overwhelmed gave him a sense of stability. When Sarah would bark softly, Jacob would calm down, feeling the reassurance that someone was there. Sarah wasn't just offering physical comfort, her presence and her barks were creating a connection that went far beyond the superficial. Dogs like Sarah play an incredible role in helping children with autism or emotional trauma form healthy emotional connections with the world around them. Research shows that the presence of a therapy dog, especially one that can communicate through subtle barks, can increase oxytocin in both the dog and the person, creating a feedback loop of emotional comfort and healing. These therapeutic interactions have been shown to reduce anxiety, improve socialization, and even help individuals open up emotionally. Dogs have an uncanny ability to bridge gaps between strangers. It's not just about their loyalty to their owners, but their capacity for connection that extends to everyone around them. A dog's bark is often a social bridge that connects people in ways words cannot. In public places like parks, dog owners often find themselves chatting with strangers simply because their dogs have approached them, barking with curiosity and friendliness. In a world where we're often divided by technology, misunderstandings, or social barriers, dogs offer a silent language of connection. They allow us to see beyond race, gender, or status. They show us how simple gestures like a bark can break down the barriers between strangers and create a shared moment of human connection. Take Caddy, for instance. One afternoon at the park, her dog Rusty, a playful border collie, bounded over to a man sitting alone on a bench. At first, the man seemed aloof, withdrawn even, but as Rusty started to bark playfully and nudge the man's hand, something magical happened. The man's face softened, and the two began talking about their shared love of dogs, their families, and their life stories. Through their barks, dogs show us something deeper. It's not just about communicating, they teach us the power of presence. They teach us about emotional connection, trust, and how to be vulnerable. Dogs don't just offer comfort when we're in need. They teach us how to connect with others, to show empathy without words, to listen more than we speak. In today's world, where we are more connected online than ever before, the lesson dogs teach us is simple. Sometimes, the most powerful connections are the ones made in silence. They teach us to be present for those around us, to offer comfort without expecting anything in return, and to always seek connection, even with strangers. So the next time your dog barks, take a moment to listen. It's not just a sound, it's a message. It's a reminder that true connection doesn't need words. Sometimes, it's just the silent understanding between you and your dog that speaks volumes. Dogs have an incredible way of teaching us to understand, empathize, and connect without saying a word. If you've experienced the power of your dog's bark, or if your dog has ever bridged the gap between you and someone else, let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more heartwarming stories and insights into the emotional world of animals, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts with us, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Stay tuned for more fascinating stories. And remember, the power of connection is in the simplest gestures. Always visit Triller Pictures for more intriguing facts about pets and animals.